Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're embarking on a seriously transformational journey. We're going to break down the exact mindset, the hidden traps, and the actionable daily steps you need to take to step into the greatness you were always meant for. Okay, let's dive into this.
You know, inside every single person is a version of themselves the world has literally never seen. And yes, that absolutely includes you. There is a stronger, wiser, and infinitely more confident version of who you are right now, just waiting to be unleashed. Because listen, the true tragedy of life, it's not failure. Honestly, failure is just data, it's a stepping stone. The real tragedy is settling for average. It's letting fear slide right into the driver's seat and dictate your entire future. And that means you could go your whole life without ever discovering what you're truly capable of. Well, today, we're going to flip that script entirely.
Part 1. Your greatest enemy is you.
This right here is the start of your personal hero's journey, and it kicks off with a harsh, but honestly incredibly liberating truth. We almost always look outward for excuses, right? But your biggest obstacle isn't where you come from. It's not your background, your age, or, a lack of money. So I want to ask you this directly right now. What is your biggest obstacle? Just think about it for a second. When you look at the barriers standing between where you are today and where you desperately want to be, what do you actually see? You might be tempted to list off all sorts of external factors and unfair circumstances. But the true villain holding you back, it's actually way more intimate and a lot closer to home.
It's that relentless internal voice whispering, "You're not good enough. You're too late. You'll probably fail." This right here is the ultimate villain, negative self-talk. Every highly successful person in history had to learn this one fundamental lesson to get where they are. Your mind is incredibly powerful. It can either be the masterful architect that builds your entire future or the wrecking ball that completely destroys it. It entirely depends on the thoughts you actively choose to entertain day in and day out. Think about the psychological reality of cognitive dissonance. When your inner thoughts are constantly battling your outward goals, you literally paralyze your own progress.
Section 2. Escaping the comfort zone. Let's move to and see how this builds.
Now, this next phase is the ultimate battlefield of the mind. It's the place where so many incredibly talented people get permanently trapped just because safety is so seductive. But staying safe and cozy, that means you're living strictly below your actual potential. The contrast here is stark but undeniably true. Comfort creates average lives, while challenges create extraordinary people. So many people spend their entire lives doing only what is easy and comfortable. They avoid risks, they dodge challenges, and as a result, they never, ever discover how powerful they truly are. I really want you to realize right now that the version of yourself you're constantly dreaming about, that person is waiting for you strictly on the other side of your discomfort.
Section 3. Raising your standards.
Think of this section as forging your mental armor. Look, the harsh reality of life is that your current situation is a direct reflection of what you tolerate. It's true, your life will simply never rise above your personal standards. On one side, if you accept excuses from others, sure, but mostly from yourself, you are absolutely guaranteeing average results. That's just the default setting of the world. But on the other side, if you demand excellence from yourself, if you make it a totally non-negotiable standard of your daily existence, you begin to build an extraordinary life. Rejecting your own excuses is the absolute first step to stepping into this entirely new existence.
So the crucial point is, you need to start asking yourself a highly specific question every single morning. Before your feet even hit the floor, what would the best version of me do today? Just read that again and really let it sink in. We're not talking about the tired version of you, not the anxious version, but the absolute best, most optimized version of you. What would they do? Once you have that answer, your only job for the rest of the day is to simply act accordingly.
And to act accordingly, you've got to fiercely protect what goes into your head: wisdom, knowledge, and positivity. Your environment actively shapes your future. It's wild, but because of the neuroplasticity of your brain, your habits and thoughts are literally rewiring your physical mind. Everything you consume, the books you read, the videos you watch, the people you spend your precious time with, the conversations you engage in, it all feeds your mind. Your mind will become exactly what you consistently consume. So you have to feed it the right fuel if you want a high-performance life.
Section 4. The power of consistency. This right here, this is the engine that drives all of this forward. It is the hero's ultimate weapon. Listen, motivation is just a feeling, and feelings are notoriously fickle, right? Consistency, on the other hand, is a choice. It's the uncompromising demand that you must show up, especially on those days when you feel absolutely zero motivation to do so. When we look at talent versus consistency, well, Talent is fantastic. It's a wonderful head start in life. But a head start doesn't matter one bit if you just stop running halfway down the track. Consistency is what actually crosses the finish line. It beats talent every time when talent doesn't work hard.
So how do you actually build that consistency? It starts small, just one workout. When you're completely exhausted, when the couch looks so inviting, you don't think about the whole year of training. You just commit to one single session today.
One chapter. When you'd way rather just scroll mindlessly on your phone for hours, you force yourself to pick up the book and read just one more chapter to feed your mind.
One step. When the mountain ahead of you looks entirely too high to climb and the goal feels totally impossible, you drop your gaze from the peak and you just focus on taking one single deliberate step forward.
One improvement. Day after day after day, these tiny rhythmic actions might seem completely insignificant in the moment, but when you repeat them daily, they don't just add up, they compound. They are exactly what forge extraordinary success out of thin air.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is, as you level up, you are guaranteed to encounter friction. Never let someone else's opinion become your reality. The world is absolutely going to doubt you. People will criticize you, and some might even openly laugh at your big dreams. But you have to believe in yourself before anyone else does. I mean, think about it. Every single great achievement in human history started with one person who believed long before the world gave them permission to.
Section 5. Born to Fly.
I want you to really take a breath here. Let's slow down for a second and just absorb this next idea, because this is where the real emotional transformation happens. Imagine an eagle that by some weird twist of fate was raised among chickens. From the day it was born, it looked around and saw chickens pecking at the dirt, just walking aimlessly around the yard. It watched them, learned from them, and completely adapted to their way of life, ultimately settling for an existence it was simply not meant for.
Because of its immediate environment, this majestic eagle actually believes that walking on the ground is all it's capable of doing. Just think about the absolute tragedy of that false belief. Its environment completely and totally limited its self-perception. It possessed the biological hardware for the sky, but it was running the software of the dirt.
But then, one day, something clicks. The eagle spreads its magnificent wings, and it flies. It soars higher than it ever could have possibly imagined while it was just pecking in the dirt. And here is the crucial, life-changing realization about this story. Nothing changed about the eagle's physical abilities that day. That massive wingspan was always there. The tremendous muscles were always there. Only its internal belief about itself changed.
So many people in this world are living exactly like that eagle. And I am speaking directly to you right now. You have forgotten that you were born to fly. You are currently living far, far below your true potential, simply because you've accepted the artificial limits of your immediate environment and your past. And this brilliantly illustrates an ultimate truth. You were created to grow, to learn, to lead, and to inspire. You were absolutely not created to live an average, quiet life of desperation. Every single day that you delay tapping into your potential, you aren't just cheating yourself. The rest of the world misses out on the unique greatness that only you can offer. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop settling for the dirt. The only limits you truly have in this life are the ones you willingly accept. So will you choose to become 1% better today? Will you finally unlock the greatness within you? If you are ready to spread your wings, I want you to drop a comment and declare it out loud right now, I will reach my potential. Make that concrete commitment to yourself right here, right now. And then join me for our next explainer, Day 24, Why Your Daily Choices Shape Your Destiny. In that session, we are going to dive deep into exactly how the smallest decisions you make today create massive life-altering results tomorrow. You really won't want to miss it. See you then.